Hello everybody, welcome back to the Blockey Sports Network. We are here for only 2 games tonight on this fine Saturday evening. We have a game between the Orlando Storm and Seattle Golden Eagles. It's actually one of 2 games Seattle plays tonight. Very big playoff implications for them. They basically they need to win one of these games, and I think they're pretty much, maybe not guaranteed, they actually need to win both games. They definitely need to win both games to really have a good chance to make the playoffs. I hope they don't win, just for my own personal benefit, because my team needs them to lose out. Regardless, I'm joined on the desk tonight by Tindor, Cryo, Justin, and Youppi, who's staring at me. Hey man, you wanna talk first?
Hey dude. I mean, I can if you'd like. You were just the one speaking, so I decided to give you my full attention.
I like that. I'll let you talk first.
These will be some pretty fun games. This Orlando team has definitely been performing better than a lot of people expected. You know, I don't want to talk about trades that happened at the beginning of the season, but like ever since that third trade, it seemed like a lot of people wrote this team off. But they're also on the brink of clinching, just like Seattle. So both these teams really need these wins, and it should be a really fun game. It's do or die for all these games tonight.
I definitely agree. It is absolutely do or die. And again, this has major implications for Houston. They play 2 games tomorrow. They need both. They need Seattle to lose tonight, and I need Seattle to lose. Anyways, Tindor, we have a minute left. Any quick thoughts for you?
Yeah, both these teams need these wins. You know, a lot of games, only 2 games today actually, but both are Seattle what needs them to win. You know, and I think Orlando is the favorite team here, though. You know, I would love to see an upset, though.
I wouldn't. Anyways, guys, crowd just quick final thoughts, like literally like one word.
I'm excited for these games. I'm ready to see if Seattle can really punch their tickets to the playoffs and get a good seed.
Guys, can we? I don't want Seattle to win, guys. Anyways, guys, let's get to predictions. I'm gonna start with Youppi.
I'm gonna take a big borderline dumb 5-goal game. I'm gonna go 5-1 Seattle Golden Eagles.
Oh my God, Justin.
Even though it's more or less because like Connect Me says it, I do think Seattle do win this game. I do think it's going to be 4-2 Seattle.
Guys, Tindor?
3-2 Orlando.
Thank you. And can you personally give me a big 3-1 Orlando victory? Wiener 16 is a bum in net. Wiener is my goalie, my goat. He's gonna have a great game. Anyways, gonna have commentary from Mason tonight. I'll be the color commentator. That's per seems like at this point.
Here we go for puck drop between Pluds and Dripski, former teammates earlier this season before Dripski was traded for Theo on the other side of the ice. Pluds bringing it up the boards. Dripski takes the other way. Theo, as Nick said earlier on the desk, these games are very, very crucial for post-season gameplay. If either of these teams want to see post-season games, they have to win this game. Luke takes the puck off of Pluds there. Pluds trying to regain it in the corner. One of the most dangerous players to go against in the corner. Luke playing a pass in the middle to Dripski. And I believe Theo put that one behind his own net. Comes on top with it. Has to get past mess with. Theo playing it up to Pluds. Dripski nearly taking a shot there, but I believe that was a nice poke check there from Pluds. Theo back up to Pluds. Good pullback from Pluds. He opens up the space, takes a shot. Saved by Mimi. Badgers for the rebound, and that's going to be too weak. And Mimi's going to clear that one away. Dripski, back up the boards. Soon we're going to get line changes from these 2 teams as Pluds nearly putting a pass inside. And that gets poked away. And we got a delayed penalty. I'm not too sure against who. Is it against Orlando?
I believe that is not Seattle. It was on Seattle. Too many men.
No.
Be one of the players.
They had a player just like on the ice, standing there.
Oh.
It's gonna be on DNA.
That's gonna be a big blow for Orlando or Seattle in the first period of this game.
That's just a really dumb penalty to take, just to be honest.
Very, very silly.
I think it was an accident.
And it looks like it's gonna be a Grushka and Borderline going up against the Seattle second line. Or Orlando second line, sorry. Brunlin wins it past Border. Brunlin putting it inside for saving the whale, who takes a 5-hole, and that shot's not going to go in. Borderline's going to clear it away. Big save by Wiener 16. Borderline trying to kill some time, cuts inside, getting past Brunlin. Brunlin playing it across to Jed V. And Wiener comes out of his net, clears that one away before it gets any more dangerous. It looks like Seattle successfully killed this power play. Borderline cutting inside, but that gets cleared away. Grushka booting it back down into the offensive zone. Sammy playing it over to Brunlin. Brunlin takes a shot, and Winner nearly getting caught out of his net there, but he's going to poke that one away behind his net. Jedvi trying to play a pass inside, but that's going to hit off the post. Brunlin not there for a shot. And DNA, one of the non-HL stars for Seattle this season. Jedvi trying to take a shot, but DNA has to be a little tighter on defense here. Or his goalie. I heard from Seattle themselves, they rescheduled this game for the whole team to make, and a few players just did not show up to the arena. Maybe their flight got delayed. Here's Borderline going the other way. Borderline cuts past Sammy the Whale, but Dripsky is there. Dominate the puck. Badgers taking it off of Dripsky. Nice move. Trying to play a shot, but it's going to get cleared away. Back to the boards. Dripsky up against Badgers here. Dripsky behind the net. Badgers behind. Fighting for possession. Both these teams know how much this game means. Ploods takes it off of Luke. Luke. Ploods still behind the net. Badgers. Luke trying to do everything he can to get this puck out of the defensive zone. Does so. Plays it to mess with, but that's going to get poked right back into the offensive zone for Seattle. Ploods taking the puck off of Luke. Ploods cutting up top. Takes a shot, and that's going to go into the back of the net for Seattle. Ploods opening up the scoreline for Seattle. 1-0.
Beautiful shot there by Ploods. I mean, he's really good at just kind of being able to do all of that. I'm used to seeing that type of shot from our doggy, another similar player. I don't know if they really played too similar, but another player that's really good at the game. Ploods obviously taking it around the boards there, I believe, and just getting a nice P3 shot, just right on net. I mean, you couldn't have picked a better angle, and Mimi can't really do anything about that. The far side shot, just going right in.
That was just a perfect shot, Nick. And is there anything going on the benches? I saw 2 Seattle players taunting Brunlin. Did you hear anything?
I heard a little bit, like calling his rings fake, or saying they were made in like Guangdong or something like that. I don't know.
All right, here's Badgers up against Luke. Badgers plays a pass inside the Ploods, and nearly. That was another Seattle doubling their lead, nearly. Ploods taking it all the way back. This mess with right on him. I don't know why I couldn't say that there. Ploods trying to get past mess with still. Plays it up to Grushka. Grushka marching down the boards. Has Luke to get past now. And it looks like we're going to have the final line change for Seattle here in the second period. Borderline playing it away from Brunlin. And with a win here, I believe it would eliminate Orlando from playoff contention. Luke trying to take a shot, but Borderline's going to clear that one. Orlando are going to need a big game out of their superstars from Luke and Sammy. DNA going to clear that one away from Brunlin. Bit of a miscommunication there from Seattle as Luke has all this space and time to work with. And Jedvi going to take it off of him. It looks like we're going to have a line change. Jedvi trying to play a pass up to Sammy. Plays it up to Sammy. Borderline's there first. Theo missing on the puck there, but Jedvi is there. Play it back up to Sammy, who opens up some space but can't cut inside before Theo takes it off of him. And with 6 seconds left here, does Seattle have one more in them? Ploods takes a shot! Saved by Mimi! Rebound saved by Mimi as well! And Seattle are going to score it at the very end there, but that was after the bell rang. Let's send it back up to the desk. Hosted by Konechny and the rest of the crew.
Hello everybody, welcome back. 1-0 game so far, Seattle in the lead. Nice shot by Ploods. They're also leading their shot department 3-0 as well. Very dominant period for Seattle. Now, I actually am, looking at my notes real quick, and I'm talking a whole lot about how I need Seattle to win, but it actually doesn't really matter. Or I need Seattle to lose. It actually doesn't really matter. Seattle could win both of the games tonight, and Orlando, they lose this one, they're still bumped down. All Houston needs to do tomorrow is just win out simply. It doesn't matter. Seattle could win both these games, and it would be massive for Houston. Houston could jump as high if Seattle wins both these games, Houston can jump as high as, I believe, 5th in the standings, and they're currently 8th, which is pretty crazy. I shouldn't keep talking about Houston. I'm going to talk about this game. Actually, I'm not. Tindor will. Tindor, what do you got to say?
Yeah, you know, Orlando looked very strong in the beginning of the first period. You know, Seattle got an unfortunate penalty, and Orlando were really able to keep Seattle in their zone for a long time. But it seems like they kind of fell apart after MVP contender Plud's, you know, interesting shot choice, but it did go in, and that's all that really matters, you know.
I think it's an interesting shot choice because I don't see you ever taking those types of shots.
Yeah, you know, that's about it for me, though. What do you think,
Justin? What do you have to say?
I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for Mimi, this would easily be a 2 or 3 goal game. I mean, Seattle really put on the pressure. It's going to be right what Tindor said, but right after that first really offensive shift from Orlando, Seattle really settled in, and I think all of a sudden we're going to see an onslaught of shots here from Seattle in the second period.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle, I feel like they kind of have control of this game right now. Orlando looks completely dead. The only time they looked alive was the beginning of the first period, and after that, they kind of just forgot. And it's kind of a shame. Again, I don't really care who wins this game now. I kind of am rooting for Seattle to win both games. I think that makes it a little easier for me. Regardless, I'll send it back up to Mason now for the second period commentary.
And here we go. Back between Seattle and Orlando. Dripsky on the draw. Gets past Pluds. Plays a nice pass inside to mess with him. Takes a shot. Theo pinks it away off of him. Theo has messed with on his back. Trying to play a pass inside. Dripsky was not there before Pluds. And Theo is going back the other way. Theo trying to take a shot, but that's going to be a little weak. Mimi's going to be there all day, every day, 7 days of the week. Theo behind the net. Up against Luke here. Theo pulls it inside, trying to play a pass over to Badgers, but Pluds going to be on the defensive end here, clearing it away. Theo playing it back up to Pluds. Has messed with to get through. Pluds. The puck is like glued to this guy. Taking the puck off of Pluds is such a hard task. Orlando playing it back up to the offensive zone, but gets clamped away immediately. Pluds. Dripsky trying to get past Theo here. Theo. Going back the other way. Dripsky pulls it back, has some space to work with. Cannot play the pass inside, whiffed it at the very last second. And Seattle are going to have to take an important line change here. Pluds trying to go up the boards. Plays up to Agrushka. Agrushka, nice pullback, opening up some space. Gets past Sammy the Whale, trying to cut inside, but Sammy's not going to let that one through. Agrushka nearly playing a pass inside there. Sammy the Whale gets past Agrushka. Plays a pass over to Brunlin. And that's going to get cleared away by DNA immediately. Brunlin. Shot! That's going to go nearly in, but just goes a little wide to the right side. DNA. Against Jedv on this backboard here behind the Seattle net. Jedv trying to play a pass inside. Borderline cuts it off. Denies the outlet. Borderline trying to take it through the middle. Trying to get past Sammy the Whale here, who's going to play the puck right back down to Brunlin, who has a shot. And winner 16 is going to be there every day of the week. Maybe not on Thursdays, though. Brunlin plays a pass inside, but DNA clears it away. Bit weak. Grushka P3s it back into the neutral zone. Sammy hasn't won, but that's going to hit off of winner 16's legs. Nothing too dangerous for Seattle. Borderline trying to get past Sammy here, but Sammy was there first. It looks like Seattle are back with their first line here. Theo. Taking it all the way back while his team makes some changes. Theo, good pass over to Badgers, who has some space to work with. Plays it over to Pluds, but that's going to get blocked by Luke first. Bit too heavy on the pass. Luke going back the other way. Badgers is there first. Luke still on it. Hawking this puck down. Trying to play a pass inside. Mess with his opening the slot. Winner makes a better save, and he's going to blow the whistle on that one. The winner with a statement game right now.
Orlando looks like they've completely woken up, finally actually putting shots on net, but Winner is for once on top of his game, not playing like his typical Wiener 16 self. I mean, you want to be hot, I mean, this is the right time to be hot.
I agree with you, Nick, and here's Floods against Dripsky. Dripsky playing a pass inside, but that's going to get cleared away by Theo. Badgers takes a shot himself, and Mimi's going to save that one. He's going to play it back over to Dripsky. Floods cannot regain possession there. Theo jumps over the puck a little bit, but recovers well. Plays it back up to Floods. Luke trying to clear it out of his defensive zone. Floods regaining possession here. Luke still on it. Luke still trying to find a way out. Plays it back up, but Border is there first. Borderline doing everything he can to keep Seattle afloat. He does not want any goals going in on his net. Borderline cuts in the middle. Shot! Saved by Mimi!
Beautiful save by Mimi. I mean, I played with Mimi one season. I was going to say a couple seasons. Actually, only one season, but I've seen a lot of Mimi gameplay. He's been a long veteran in the league, and he just doesn't ever get bad. He's always just been very solid, very consistent. I mean, he's just performing well tonight.
Yeah, I believe you cupped with him, Nick. If I'm
I
not
did.
mistaken.
Won my... well, I was going to say my only ring, but won my most important ring with him.
Borderline dumb. Up against Jedv here. Brunlin pulls it back, but that's going to get cleared away by DNA immediately. Seems like Seattle have done pretty well. DNA pick for the ice tonight. Has done so well just clearing the puck off of Brunlin every time he's had it. Shut down the player that he's gotten told to. Agrushka here. Trying to stall the timeout as there's only 2 seconds left here. Orlando cannot get another shot on net. And that's going to do it. The scoreline remains the same, but there's still one more period left to go. Let's send it back up to the desk for potentially the final desk segment of this game.
Hello everybody, welcome back. The score is still the same, obviously 1-0 Seattle, but they are still also leading in the shot department, 6-4. Orlando actually putting on a couple more shots that period. They woke up a little bit, but unfortunately for them, Winner 16 is just as awake, even more awake than Seattle is. And I mean, he's just playing really well. We're seeing a real goaltending duel here between Mimi and Winner 16, both making fantastic save after save. And I mean, this is what you want to see at the end of the game. This is what you want both of your goalies to be doing, you know, performing like this. It's just, you know, unfortunately, one of them will probably have to give up a puck sooner or later. Well, I guess, you know, Mimi already gave up a puck, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, I'll start it off with Justin. I haven't started off with him yet. What do you have to say?
I mean, yeah, Seattle's still trying to pour on that pressure, but Orlando has responded after a really questionable first period. And I got to just point towards Plutz. He's really been the offensive engine for Seattle. He has the puck on a string. It's actually insane, his control of the puck. And he's the reason those offensive chances have been happening. What about you, Tindor?
Yeah, you know, I've noticed Orlando just are really good at keeping the pressure. You know, they really get it into the zone. I just don't see much conversion here, you know. They're getting shots. I need to see higher quality, man. They're almost at the finish line, you know. They need that one little edge, you know, to score. What about you, Youppi?
I think that personally, it's more of a line issue for the Storm. They have one player on their team that plays with a high enough pace to keep up with Floods, which is, I hate to say, Sammy the Whale. But instead, they're keeping Dripsky on him or messed with, which just doesn't really make sense, in my opinion. They should be putting Sammy the Whale out there and loading their second line to take advantage of DNA and Agrushka. But is what it is. They're not doing too bad. But that's my take on it. But I
actually agree with you, Youppi. I feel like they're holding their own. Yeah, they're holding their own, but, you know, maybe they're kind of down one. Probably should change something up for this period, but it doesn't seem like they are.
And welcome back to this game for the potentially final period of the game here. Dripsky behind the Seattle net. Trying to play a pass inside. Dripsky, the player named a whole lot of nothing because it seems like he has a lot of touches, but a lot of very inefficient moves. As Theo takes off a mess with there. Trying to play a pass up the Plutz there. taking his time, trying to get past Luke, but Luke's going to poke that one away from him immediately. Luke doing everything he can to get the puck away from Pluds. Dripsky messing with the puck there, but cannot make anything happen. Luke playing a pass across to mess with Badgers. Good check there, clearing it off of him. Pluds trying to pay a pass across, but Dripsky is there. Goes all the way himself and hits the far post! Nearly for Orlando getting their equalizer. Theo clearing that one out. Seattle can recover, and let's get 2-on-1 the other way. Luke, big defensive play. Badgers pulls it off of him, but Theo still has a lot to do. Pluds gonna stall some time here while his team makes some line changes. Jed V is gonna chase the puck down. Pluds playing a pass across to DNA. And it looks like Agrushka is open in the center. Brunlin trying to take a shot, but borderline. The hero from the bench clears it away immediately before Winner faces anything dangerous. Borderline trying to play a pass, but Brunlin's there. Borderline cuts across, trying to get past Jed V and Sammy. Borderline. Agrushka could not take a shot there. Sammy the Whale has to get through Borderline. Sammy. Borderline cutting inside. Sammy's there first. And he's going down the other way. Probably going to take a more offensive approach for this Orlando team. They need him. Good pass inside, but Winner gloves that one, and he's going to play it right back out. Nice pass again, but he's going to glove that one again, and he's going to finally blow the whistle. So Seattle can have a bit of a breather here.
And Orlando finally leading in the shot department. But they're just getting... I feel like their shots aren't too high quality. They've had a couple of high danger chances, but just haven't been able to finish the job.
That best chance coming from Dripsky moments ago, but hit off the post. Winner 16 gloving it again. I believe this would be Winner's first shutout of the season.
And it's over.
No, I believe in him. Jed V up against DNA. Jed V playing a pass inside Brunlin. Could not get there first. Badgers back the other way. Sammy pinks it back to Mimi. Mimi playing it back out to the boards. Badgers reads the play, and we're going to have some first-line action between these two teams again. As Pluds is back now on the ice, trying to regain possession here. Seattle want a second goal. They want to close this game out and gain these 2 points. Pluds. Dripsky has an open chance here. Shot saved by Winner on the near side. And he's going to clear that one back out to Theo. Seattle needs to be a little more careful here with only 2 minutes left in the game. Just... Pluds getting past Messwith and Dripsky. Gets past Luke as well. Plays a pass inside, but there's no one home. Badgers is lagging, it looks like. Who could have been the difference maker there? Luke taking a shot himself. It's on the line. Winner 16 clears it away. But Badgers plays a pass inside. Dripsky plays it back across. Could not get there in time to get a good shot off. Pluds, 1-on-1 the other way. Plays a shot, saved by Mimi. Pluds trying to pull it back, but it gets pung away by Messwith. 1 minute left here in Orlando. Do they have life in them? Will we get to overtime? Luke up against Pluds here. Brunlin trying to take it off of Pluds. Pluds going all the way himself. Getting past 3. Has it in the corner. Cuts up top. Cuts inside. Trying to get past Brunlin. Brunlin clears it away. 2 veterans of the BHL. Luke. Brunlin here. Takes a shot, and that's going to be really weak. Winner playing it back out wide. Sammy the Whale taking it himself. Agrushka in center ice whiffs it. Has a shot, and that's going to go in. Seattle closed the game out with a second goal in the dying minute of this game. Night, Orlando.
That's just unfortunate that goes in. I mean, Agrushka originally kind of whiffs in the puck there, and just by sheer luck, it just kind of ends up in the center of the ice again, and Agrushka has another chance to send it right down the middle, and Mimi kind of hard to make that save there. I also just went into the Orlando locker room, and there seems to be some very foul language here directed towards the Seattle Golden Eagles. I can only imagine who put that there. Doesn't seem like it really worked out, though.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very mean.
Seattle clutching up big when they need it most. And I believe that this win basically guarantees them postseason competition.
I'll check the math real quick. I have my little form out here. I believe this win will
Makes it nearly impossible, I think.
I think it'd be very hard for Seattle to, but it's possible. I'm not really good with the math here.
Flood's up against Luke, and it looks like we have a pulled Orlando for the last 30 seconds. Flood's playing a pass inside. Badgers cannot get a shot off. Jed V. Sammy the Whale. Borderline cutting inside, plays a shot in, and he finds his goal for the game. Seattle now up by 3.
And we've reached the point of the game where these players are now shamelessly stat padding, and it's just unfortunate to see. I've really hated seeing this my time playing.
This is the beautiful game. Seeing Borderline score. Every fan in the arena was here for Orlando, but they got a Borderline goal instead. They're all thrilled.
I'm not necessarily thrilled. Well, actually, I'm thrilled because it's kind of... I need this. But they are all taunting Brandon right now, and that's... Ref, do something.
There's 10 seconds left, Nick. I do not think it's going to change anything.
Maybe not.
And here's Dripski with 10 seconds left. Sammy playing it back down to Dripski. Has Luke on the inside, and I believe this is going to do it. Another season of no postseason Sammy the Whale. And that's going to do it. Congratulations to the Golden Eagles on a 3-0 victory here in Orlando. And in about 5 minutes' time, we'll be back for our second game of the evening between Seattle Golden Eagles and Philadelphia Freedom for another chance at playoffs. A must-win game, if you will, for the Freedom.
Yeah, no, that is a must-win game. I don't mean to cut you off. That is an absolute must-win game because Orlando is above Philly just in terms of standings right now, I believe. I don't know if it's by goal.
I don't think Orlando's eliminated yet. I think they are just straight up tied. Wait, let's see.
No, they are. Standings are just updated.
Okay.
Philly.
Oh, never mind then.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in to this Seattle game. We'll be back in about 5 minutes in Philly, or in Seattle, actually, for second game of the evening. See you guys very shortly after this break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Blockey Sports Network. We are here in Seattle. Took our quick Blockey Airlines flight from Orlando all the way over to Seattle. Very quick flight. We're all here, joined on desk by the same people, Youppi, Justin, and Tindor. Got a game tonight between the Philadelphia Freedom and the Seattle Golden Eagles. Seattle just coming off a win. 3-0 win against Orlando. This is kind of an important game as well. Philly needs to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. They can still make it regardless, but they need to win this game, basically. They really need to win this game. I believe Philly is without a lot of their starters, though. They're without Goriest, Arden B, JR Goof, and I believe Farabee as well. Yeah. Oh, no, Farabee's here. But they're without a lot of their starters, so this is going to be a very rough game for them. I'll start it off with Youppi. What do you got to say about this game?
I mean, looking at the chat, it seems like the Eagles are also going to be playing a lot of subs and just kind of letting all of their depth players get some touches tonight. So Freedom definitely have a pretty good chance of squeaking out with a win despite missing a lot of their players. But even then, I still think that if things get rough for the Eagles, they could just kind of lock in and throw more of their starters on the ice for more time and kind of secure the win. But I don't really know. I don't know what's going through their head. These guys like to tap out when the season's already over.
Yeah, and I kind of don't really like that as somebody who needs the Eagles to just win, just to really have, really help us. This is stupid. This is dumb. I hate this.
I don't think it's that big of an issue. I mean, as long as they're still trying to win, they're getting their depth ready for if they're ever needed in playoffs. I think it makes sense. It's a good tactical decision, in my opinion. They have nothing to gain from winning this. That's
true. Maybe this is just revenge all these seasons later. Long time ago, I remember Seattle was knocked out by something a little silly. Maybe this is revenge all the way then. Anyways, Tindor, what do you have to say?
Yeah, interesting game. Philadelphia Freedom very crippled and also do need this win. I think Eagles have this game in the bag regardless of who they're starting because of the momentum they had from last game, 3-0 on Orlando. Orlando don't even make playoffs anymore. I got the Eagles.
That's good.
What about you, Kyle, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Philadelphia is going to be lacking a lot of players, like you said. Farabee's sort of the best player out there for Philadelphia, it seems like, with the amount of people missing. I think if Farabee, even with having a good day, I feel like even the subs for Seattle are going to, take care of this game. So if I had to make a prediction, it would probably be a low-scoring game, so I probably would go 2-1 Seattle.
Hubert, what about you? Prediction.
I think that we're going to get... I do think that Philadelphia is going to somehow pull this out. I'm going to go 3-1 Philadelphia. Seattle's just going to play overconfident. Stat chase. You know the deal.
And I need the Eagles win. I think this is going to be a tank bowl. This is going to be a bad game, regardless. 1-0 Seattle Golden Eagles victory in regulation. Very important. Keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm going to send it up to the commentary booth now. We have Justin commentary with Softies is here, running a little bit late.
I was here.
Softies commentary with I don't know who's color commentating.
Whoever. All right.
Well, I'll take. Okay, yeah, you take over Softies. I'll do color. There you go.
Okay, thank you. All right, Arden B trying to pressure Pludds with it, but Rated will bring it up now. After being traded from San Francisco, Rated has played little time BHL-wise, but has seen a little bit of light in the non-BHL. Farabee will take it up now. Pass Pludds into the corner. Pludds will fight with Farabee. Pludds now looking out. And he'll make his way past, but stripped by Farabee. Farabee looking in.
Yes, it is. I can see it moving. Wait, what? Is it not? Yeah, it is. Reload.
All right.
Okay. That's weird. I've never seen that before. If that ever happens again, just turn on
Yes,
cinematic
these
camera
death,
and track.
taxes, and technical difficulties. That's the BHL for you.
All right, glove down there by Kano will send it to the face-off dot. Pludds will now bring it up. Maybe looking for a pass here, but Pludds. Pludds looking out of the corner. Facing off against Hygis and Dicker. Pass up to Hygis. Pressure down by Rated. Pludds will follow. Rated up against the Ploods. Ploods looking for a pass middle. Shot wide of the net there by Badgers. Badgers with Shuggington in the back of the net, behind the back of the net. Borderline dumb. And DNA will now come on as Hydrus looking for a shot here early. And bang! Hydrus will find his way in. And that's just a storm of Philadelphia shots there. And eventually one will find the net.
Philadelphia needing this game to make the playoffs, and they're absolutely showing it. Absolutely beautiful counterattack. I mean, just got right by every single defender, and really just a lackluster, control of the puck from Connell. I mean, just an attempt to try and get the puck, but allowed the puck to just be controlled around his net, and just like that, Philadelphia takes the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that a lot of the Deskers had a lot of good predictions going into this game. All right, Hydrus looking out. We'll bring it past Petable. Petable boots it up, but Hydrus will put it right back in the corner. Crowd, could you for a second?
Yeah, of course, I'll take over. Borderline dumb will try and bring the puck up, trying to get around. Camper will prevent disaster. Camper with a possible shot the other way, but good defense from DNA. DNA going to try and bring the puck up, but Farabee keeps it in the offensive zone for Philadelphia. A lot of offensive pressure here from Philadelphia early on. Farabee looking to try and make big plays in front. Nobody home. Arden B tried to get a shot there, but that's going to be deflected wide. Trying to get it is Farabee yet again. Tenacious on the puck. Can't get anything to go. Trying to get something to go. It's borderline dumb. Get it out of the defensive zone. It's been all Philadelphia all first period. Borderline dumb. Gonna try and get a shot here, and that is gonna go wide. A bunch of missed opportunities early on for Seattle. Arden B will try and take the puck up, trying to get a pass over to Camper. He missed the puck. Trying to get in front of his Farabee. A shot there, and that's gonna be saved by Connell. Now we'll hand it back over to Softies for play-by-play. Yeah, of course. We know Seattle traffic's not the best. Taxi was a little late getting to production.
Absolutely. Connell off a little bit of a hot start, even though he's let in a goal. He's stepping up to the occasion. All right, penalty there in the corner. Looks to be tripping. Looks to have been.
He's saying who serves like it's too many men on the ice.
I didn't see it personally.
I didn't see either personally, but I mean, we may have had an accidental streaker on the ice. I mean, and I didn't catch it, but
Apollo launch. All right.
Blast off. I don't. I guess I don't. So I guess it was just a random guy on the ice. Teams weren't locked, so took advantage of it, but just reset.
Yeah. All right, face-off dot again. All right. Ploods looking in for a shot, blocked by Shuggington. Hydrus and Shuggington kind of bunched up here, trying to fight off Ploods and his strong offensive force. Ploods looking middle to Badgers, shot, save, Pandaman. As a good pass from Ploods will go straight to the slot. Unfortunately, Pandaman is quick to get that. Another pass by Ploods, but Badgers isn't able to put his stick on that puck. Ploods still fighting with it to keep the pressure on for the Seattle team. Fighting with Dicker. Ploods looking in, but Hydrus and Dicker will bring it out. Put back in by Ploods. Ploods trying to get it back, but Hydrus will take it past one, past two, looking for a shot, blocked away. And saved there by Connell to end that offensive play for Philadelphia. Badgers looking up for Ploods. Too weak, as Camper will bring it back into the Seattle zone. Looking middle for Arden B. Almost, but Arden B will not be able to put a stick behind that. And Badgers will bring it up now, looking for Ploods. Ploods and Camper fighting with it in the corner. Ploods. Camper with it now. He'll bring it past. Passing up to Arden B, who will fight with it with DNA. dumps back to Camper. Camper will give it back up to Arden B as borderline Dumb's line will now come on. Arden B fighting for it with Agrushka. Borderline Dumb looking up, hit away by Camper. Edible looking for a P3, but that'll be saved by the glove of Panda Man. Camper bringing it back up, trying to start some more offense on this line for Philadelphia, as this has been more of the defensive unit overall. Edible looking out of the corner for Borderline Dumb slot, but Camper will bring it past. Borderline Dumb with it now, looking for a P3, but that's well wide, as Camper will clear it out for Farabee in the corner behind his net. Edible takes it from Farabee with 4 seconds left. They're going to look to get a shot here. Save Panda Man, and that'll end the period. Back up to the booth.
Thank you, Softies. I'm going to be taking over for Konechny because he currently is not here. But we're going to get right into it. I mean, Philadelphia, really good. Youppi, you're looking at me. I'm sorry. Did I steal your thunder?
No, I was informed that I was going to be taking over, so this kind of.
Oh, you didn't respond, so I was
bracing myself.
Oh, okay. But I mean, I'll start with you. I mean, Philadelphia has just looked like the better team offensively in the first period. Your thoughts?
I mean, that's what you got to expect. You know, they're playing against basically a non-HL team with Floods and Borderline Dumb on it. And Badger. I won't exclude him like Siffin would. No, he can be grouped in with them. But I mean, yeah, this is just a squad they should be able to outskill in every metric of the game. And obviously, like I said, I feel like they're going to play a little overconfident. Floods and Border are going to look to get their stats up tonight, make a little more money on their next contract. This would be the night to do it. But, you know, in BHL, that usually ends up working the opposite way, at least in my experience.
Yeah, I'll go right over the Tindor. I mean, what do you think Seattle has to do differently to sort of get back in this game? Because it just feels like they got some opportunities there at the end of the first period, but they've really been on the back foot for most of it.
You know, maybe if Seattle actually want to win this game, they separate Floods and Border. You know, I don't think them being on the ice at the same time is quite a good idea. But yeah, that's about it. No, you know, Seattle really want to win this game. They have to spread out their depth and play new players at the same time. You know.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I fully agree. I mean, obviously Philadelphia, I feel like there's a level of desperation when you know this is like a win to make the playoffs. Definitely like a desperate scenario for Philadelphia. So I think that will carry over. But Softies, play by play, take it right back up. Softies, should be a fun one here in the second period.
Back to the ice. Thank you, Kyle. Floods facing off against Farabee here at the face-off dot. Floods looking to win it, tried to start some offensive force for his unit, as they've been quite ineffective after the first period. Arden B looking past one, but hit away by Rated. Farabee fighting with Rated in the corner. Farabee will make his way back to try to back check the force of Floods. Badgers looking for a shot. Save there by Panda Man as he'll stand strong in his net. Badgers looking at Camper, trying to steal the puck away. But Floods will take it right off his hands, and goal! Floods, as he'll take it right off his own player's hands to fight his way past Panda Man. What a goal.
Yeah, I mean, the Philadelphia defense just crumbled. I mean, Seattle put on all the offense pressure the first 32 seconds here in the second period, and it clearly showed, and just like that, we have a tie game.
Absolutely. That was what a goal by Floods there to equalize it. And the Spanish serenation will start. We'll look for Floods to have a couple more this game, as well as Border. I'm not expecting much from these bench players, as I don't think they've been at a high enough level to be able to, you know, really handle the amount of skill it takes to actually score on some of these goalies. As you know, really, who's going to score on Panda Man besides Floods or Borderline? All right, Farabee here sending a middle towards slot. Floods taking it past Arden B. Floods trying to look for another one. Ploods blocked away by Farabee, who will come diving in to save the day. Farabee bringing it back up for his team. Farabee in the corner. Looking pass out to the middle. He'll hit Ploods to find a way out. He'll hit Ploods again, and that'll be a penalty. But the puck is still moving. We'll look for Philadelphia to touch it before it will go down as a penalty. And there we go. Farabee
Really?
in the corner will get a big hit.
I was just gonna say, he was really about, yeah, Farabee took the penalty there, but you saw him immediately like throw his hands up, like what happened with the penalty. You have to just keep playing to the whistle no matter what in the BHL.
Yeah. I mean, you know, a lot of stuff can happen if you reduce the game to a 3-on-2. It becomes a lot easier for a team to run a little passing play and abuse your defense. That's absolutely true, crowd. All right, Borderline Dumb with the power play with his unit will fight with Hygis as he'll try to look to waste this power play. And Borderline Dumb still can't find it to the middle, but now he will. Looking for a Grushka, but nothing there as Borderline Dumb will try to look back in, but Farabee will come running onto the ice. With not much stam on, he'll look to get his way off the ice. Shuggington will come in, and Hygis will fight with DNA. DNA looking up for Petable, but Petable will find it off Dicker. But back to DNA. Hygis and DNA not doing much with the puck. Kind of just playing dump and chase right now. But Petable will have a wide open lane as a substitution will allow him to get a shot off, but blocked by Camper in the nick of time. And a shot there by Hygis. But it'll be hit away by the stick of Borderline Dumb. Shuggington looking for a shot, but now off the rebound of a stick, Petable will have it. Looking for Ploods. Line changes are commencing, and a lot of chaos has happened so far. We've seen a lot of shots happen here. It's just been back and forth. And Farabee and Ploods will look to try to spark some offense here. Arden B looking for a shot, blocked away by Rated. Ploods fighting with Camper in the corner. Ploods maybe looking for a slot here. Yeah, he will. He'll find Badgers in goal. Right past Panda Man. What a pass by Ploods.
And again, what we're seeing from Philadelphia, they had such a dominating first period, but for most of this second period, they have gotten shots off on the counter-attack, but that's really been it. Seattle has poured on the offensive pressure, and just like that, they take the lead.
Yes, you know, Seattle, after coming off a win, they've got a little bit of confidence, and I think that, you know, despite them playing their bench players, you know, there's a spark there in Seattle. You know, there's no pressure on them this game to win, so we'll see what they can do comfortably against this team. It'll kind of show what they can do in the playoffs. All right, Badgers looking for Ploods. Farabee will take it off his hands. Ploods still fighting for it, though. Farabee will hit it up. Ploods will take it away. Ploods looking for a shot. Complete whiff there by Ploods. And another complete whiff by Farabee. Now Ploods will take it up. He'll make his way past Camper. Shot. And that'll hit the post and bounce off. Arden on the rebounds. Fighting with Ploods. And another big hit by this Philadelphia team. And that'll be a tripping penalty once again.
Yeah, I mean, Philadelphia just feels like they're flailing, and now they have to go on the power play or the penalty kill yet again. So, not looking good for Philadelphia.
Absolutely. They'll have to be on a power play down one. You know, not much they can do here. Borderline Dumb will try to get more stat padding, as Youppi said, to try to boost his contract. Borderline Dumb looking out of the corner, fighting with Hygis and Dicker, who will try to delay this power play as long as they can. But with not much time left, they'll try to find a goal. Hopefully try to find a goal here too. Arden B will come running off for Shuggington. Petable behind the Philadelphia net, fighting with Dicker. Dicker looking out, nothing there. Pluds will take it off. Now behind the net again. High just fighting with it with Pluds. Pluds still with it. High just looking for a shot past middle, but nobody there to put one in. And a glove save to protect the slot as Connell, gets another save. Will only boost his confidence, Probably I don't know if it's his first game playing BHL, but surely one of the first. And that guy has been looking strong. Back up to the booth.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. 2-1. Seattle's leading right now. They are not leading in the shot department, though. That's actually Philly leading 7-6 in the shot department. Seeming like Seattle has kind of turned their game around after a slowish start. Connell looking pretty strong as well. And I believe, yes, this is his first ever BHL game. I cannot recall another time he's played. And I mean, he's been looking pretty solid for his first ever game. Absolutely boosting his confidence. I believe he's what? He plays in the NAMHL? Not the JBHL, right?
He plays NAM.
He plays NAMHL. All right, that makes a lot more sense. I wasn't really here for a lot of that period. I had to go do something, but I'll hand it over to Youppi first. Tell me what you saw that period.
We definitely saw Pluds getting back into his groove this period. I think the Geagles kind of fell back into what they're good at and what they were doing in the game prior to this one. When, it looked like things were getting a little bit closer. And looking at the stats here, Pluds currently already on roughly 200 touches through this game. Next closest doesn't even have 100. This guy has just been controlling the play, as you'd expect. And, he's finally really getting into what he does best, which is scoring goals after touching the puck 100 times.
That's a really good point. Pluds is a notable touch farmer. Loves touching the puck. It's kind of really... He's able to play well, though. Good for him.
All great touch farmers are also great players. There's a theme there.
I wouldn't know, unfortunately. Hey, Tindor, you're a touch farmer. What do you have to say?
Okay, wow. That's
not a touch farmer.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy take.
I'm not a touch farmer.
I made it up. Sorry, guys.
No wonder this guy's leading the league in negative plus minus. This guy doesn't know ball.
Yeah, zero
Look
ball
at him.
knowledge over
Look
here.
at him. I bet he doesn't touch the puck at all.
If anyone's
Guys.
if anyone's the opposite of a touch farmer, it's me. Let's be honest. I barely even touch the puck.
You're not an
I think
ice
I
toucher,
have-
bro. Calm
Yeah,
down.
that's true.
Oh,
I think I have
that's-
CTE, guys. All these years of playing have... all these years of
I
getting
can
beaten
agree.
by P2
Hey,
and
Father
P3
time
hits.
undefeated. Father time undefeated. It's okay. We all lose.
My knees hurt.
Retire before the game retires you, guys. Word of advice.
Back to the action. Pluds will take it. Blocked by Camper. Camper looking for a shot. Blocked by Pluds. Pluds looking to get past Camper. He'll have a wide open lane. He'll look for a pass to the middle to Badgers, but nobody's there to put their stick on it. Shot pass there by Pluds will be blocked by Farabee. Pluds and Camper will fight behind it. Arden trying to take it off Pluds, but once again, Pluds is just trying to be everywhere. He's trying to be Superman. Pluds pass from Rated. Pluds looking up. Hit up by Camper. Given to Arden B. Looking for Farabee across. But Badgers will fight for it to make sure nothing happens there. Farabee looking across for Arden. And what a goal by Arden! The connection between Farabee and Arden will put one straight in the back of the net for Seattle to have an equalizing goal. What do you have to say about that one, Cryo?
Call Farabee Amazon because it's same day delivery, man. What a pass in the slot, uncovered, and just like that, it's a tie game.
Yep, and what a pass from Farabee. That was a whole team effort there to put one in the back of the net, and hopefully that will give a little bit of pizzazz on the Philadelphia bench so they'll have something to fight for. All right, High just taking the face off as the second line will come in. High just looking back into the Seattle corner. High just looking for a shot there. Wide of the net. High just and Shuggington will crash into the corner against Borderline Dumb. Borderline Dumb looking up, but High just is there. High just behind the Seattle net. With Borderline Dumb, he'll look to find a pass, but Borderline Dumb will of course win that. Borderline Dumb looking up, but Dicker will fight his way. Never mind, Borderline Dumb will hit it behind the Philadelphia net, looking for a goal to put his team up. Petable looking to get the puck in front of the net, but no. DNA will force it back in, however. A lot of bunching here by both of these lines, just I think due to inexperience, as DNA will try to send it back up. Dicker on the boards, fighting with Agrushka. Agrushka trying to look back in, but Pludz will take it off his hands as the first line will make its way back in. Pludz fighting with 2 men, but Dicker will make his way up. He'll send a P3, blocked by Rated. Dicker in the corner now. He might try to find his way off the ice here soon. But Pludz fighting with Dicker. Farabee now will bring it up. Rated looking to block it. Will send it up for Pludz. Pludz looking for Badgers, but no connection there as Arden B will take it behind his own net to let his teammates line change. Pludz looking for a pass there. Or shot! Bang! Pludz! What was that? What was that? The puck movement there by Pludz as he'll find a goal to put his team ahead. Cryo, do you have anything to say about that?
All I can say is big time players make big time plays. And as the famous Reggie Miller would say, that is your Kodak moment, Panda Man. What a shot from Pludz, and just like that, Seattle retakes the lead.
Yep, and I don't really, as a goalie, you aren't really expected to save those, as that one will find its way like wisping throughout the air like a fucking, like a leaf. And Pludz looking to send one deep again. Camper looking up. Looking for Farabee to try to equalize the game once again. Pludz making his way past Farabee. But Camper will send this one up. Rated looking back to Pludz. Hit up again by Camper. Camper looking for Farabee, but no connection there. Camper looking for Farabee once again. He will whiff on the P3 as Badgers will take it behind his own net. He'll pass it off to Borderline Dumb so he can line change. Borderline Dumb. Pass Farabee, but Farabee will have an open shot. But glove down by Connell. What a save there by Connell to save the day. With a minute and a half left, Connell will, oh my wow. Face-off canceled there as a little timeout.
Yeah, I mean, going back to that save, Connell clearly saw a man right in front of him, makes probably the save of the game if somehow, some way Seattle wins this. This has been a fantastic back and forth game, probably one of the better games we've seen, not only today, Softies, but in a while.
Yeah, for sure. It's been competitive. Philadelphia has something to fight for, and it's always a fun time seeing the bench players come in and play. And I know both teams are probably pretty electric right now. Some nervous, some just absolutely thrilled to be playing right now. And I love playing this game sometimes. And I bet these players are having a great time right now. Borderline Dumb. No, Missia, I don't. Borderline behind his own net. Borderline looking up for his teammate Pludz as they're able to line sack for the next minute and a half. Farabee looking for a goal here with his favorite players on the ice. Pludz in the corner. Trying to find something to just absolutely put this game out of reach for Philadelphia. But Farabee will try to look to send it up. Fighting with Borderline. Farabee. He's behind his own net. He's behind the Seattle net looking for a pass out to Arden, but no. Connell will block that. And Camper will get beaten by Pludz, and Pludz will look for a shot. Saved by Panda Man. He'll clear it out. What a save there by Panda Man. And another good ping by Camper. Another save by Panda Man. Protecting the slot with his life. Farabee looking out to Camper. Blocked by Pludz. Floods again. Farabee will now try to bring it up the ice. Farabee still has it. Floods and Borderline are all over that though, as the puck will come to Camper, but nothing there, and a Borderline P3 will end the game for a Seattle Golden Eagles win. And Philadelphia is eliminated from the playoffs. Oh my gosh.
I mean, what a showing from Philadelphia. Unfortunately, they missed the playoffs. Panda made some clutch saves. It was just a back and forth game. Nothing but GGs to both of these teams.
And wow, what a game to compensate.
What a
And
game to combinate. Love that.
Yeah. What an electric game. And that will end it for the night. Thanks everybody for watching and tuning in. And good night.